Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some news, so let's get straight to it. The very first thing I want to show you guys are some new images of the upcoming Nanmu Ankylosaurus, and they do in fact show and confirm that there will definitely be two alternate versions of the Ankylosaurus. You can see one is kind of laying down, almost looking like it is injured, something that you could probably display with the Nanmu Berserker Indominus Rex, which would be a very cool diorama to create. And then you also have an Ankylosaurus that kind of looks like he's just in a little bit of a defensive position, maybe about to defend itself from said dinosaur. And we also have a human character there that appears to be Sarah Harding, but I'm not 100% sure from this distance. However, I would think that it's a pretty good bet, considering the camera that she is holding, that it is in fact Sarah Harding. And speaking of Nanmu, we have the images of the Apatosaurus, both painted versions, some really good high quality images now from Nanmu, and I absolutely am in love. I knew I would be once I saw the really good high quality images of the painted up versions of these Apatosaurus figures, but I did not realize just how much I would really want to get a hold of them, both of them in fact. And looking at these images, now you can really see the very strong similarity between this and the Dinosaurius Sideshow Apatosaurus. Of course, this one's a bit smaller than that one, as the Sideshow version was absolutely huge, but the sculpt and detail is so incredibly similar. Even the pose of the Apatosaurus is very, very similar to the Dinosaurius Sideshow one. So if there are any fans of the Dinosaurius Sideshow Apatosaurus out there that never had a chance to get that limited edition statue, you can always own the Nanmu version to kind of make up for that. But just in general, as a Nanmu release, this thing is phenomenal. Both paint schemes I think are really, really well done. Very realistic looking tones of color, and as usual looks to be applied perfectly. As far as Nanmu goes, they always do an excellent job, in my opinion, on the paint schemes of their figures, and this Apatosaurus is just an absolute win if you ask me. Probably my most anticipated figure, I would say, at this point from Nanmu. Then as far as Rebor goes, they recently unveiled some images of the painted up version of their deceased Jurassic Park style male Tyrannosaurus Rex, and I think again it is incredibly nicely done. Once we saw the sculpt of this, the original 3D render and kind of the hype of it, I was really quite psyched for it initially, but actually seeing the painted up version here, I am just in love with this. I think that the paint job on this is actually better than the paint job that we had on the real living Tyrannosaurus that Rebor has released previously, the Killer Queen version. But I really think they have done an absolutely beautiful job on both the paint and sculpt of this. Again, we actually have the resculpted neck now to really make it look like an actual male Jurassic Park style Tyrannosaurus Rex, so that as well is an incredibly nice and beautiful touch to this model, because it seems most times when people release a male Tyrannosaurus Rex from the Jurassic Park franchise, they're always kind of sculpted with the smaller neck, more insinuating just like that standard JP style sculpt, but the males do have that bulkier neck and have a little bit of a different look to the head sculpt, and I think Rebor has done a very good job of capturing that with this release, so this is definitely something I am super excited to get a hold of in the very near future. And then as far as W Dragon goes, they kind of dropped a bit of a bombshell on us when they released this image a few days ago, showing what we can tell is in fact a Giganotosaurus that will be coming out from them at some point in the future. But on top of being a very cool looking Giganotosaurus figure, some of you may notice that this looks very familiar if you are familiar with the Dino Crisis games. I believe it was Dino Crisis 2. The overall sculpt of this Giganotosaurus looks extremely similar. I don't know if it was just heavily inspired by that, or if this is actually an ode to the Dino Crisis games. Whatever the issue is, or whatever the case is, I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to get a hold of this Giganotosaurus, and I really cannot wait in general to see some images of it painted up to really get a good idea of just how beautiful it looks. Looking at this black and white image has me super psyched, but I just want to see the painted up version so badly. And then as far as iToy goes, they recently unveiled the full, very nice high quality images of their upcoming Paraceratherium, and I again love this. I was really psyched by the initial images that they had shown. Well, actually it was just one image and it was very dark, so you couldn't really see it too well, but I think that actually looking at this very high quality image, and in general seeing how incredibly huge this is, I am way more excited than I was for this. I'm super psyched in general for iToy to be releasing something other than a dinosaur and really going out of their comfort zone as far as creating a prehistoric mammal. I think the sculpt on this is phenomenal. Really, really well done. And we don't have too many good Paraceratherium models out there, so I'm really excited to get a hold of this one. Definitely a beautifully done model from iToy, and the actual release will contain two different versions. The actual animal itself will be the same, there's no difference there, but you can buy it with a base or without a base. Some people don't really care for the base, so you can go the baseless route, but you can also, of course, pick it up with a base. No word yet on price or release date or any of that fun stuff, but I will definitely be keeping an eye out for this one because this is something I absolutely want to add to my collection, but also review for you guys here on the channel. And the very last thing that I have to show you guys is from Mattel. It's nothing crazy new or amazing as far as news goes from Mattel, as it's been really dead lately when it comes to Mattel news. There has been very little of anything trickling out, but the Amber Collection Charlie Velociraptor figure has just gone up for pre-order on Entertainment Earth, and anyone that's been kind of hoping to get a hold of that figure has been fairly elusive, really only showing up on a few different websites like Toy Wiz, and it was very kind of like expensive to buy. It was like 40 or 45 bucks, something like that. I can't remember because I actually didn't purchase it, but I remember when I initially had seen it, I was like, that's just way too much for one of these figures, so I did not purchase it. It is also from time to time available through BigBadToyStore.com, but Big Bad Toy Store actually charges $35 for it, whereas Entertainment Earth is charging the $29.99 retail price for this Velociraptor figure. So that is definitely good news if you are a fan of the Amber Collection and haven't actually acquired the Velociraptor Charlie quite yet. Again, I haven't either, so I will probably be picking this up very soon. I don't know for sure if I'll pre-order it, but if anybody is interested in pre-ordering it, make sure you head down to the description, as I will include a link there for you to the listing on Entertainment Earth. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way, but until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.